back on Point Shot. Our guest today is the 2019 USQA Spring Open champion from Fritz's Island. He's a member of J&K. His partner is Shooter, but he is the sniper. Kyle Kramer. How you doing, kid?
I'm doing good, man.
It's good to see your face. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
I like that beard. How long did it take you to get the beard to that length?
Not long. Not long at all. A couple weeks.
Well, how you surviving the quarantine? Are you working or no?
I'm not working. I haven't worked for 5 weeks now.
Wow. That's a bummer.
Pretty much just doing a lot of stuff around the house. Pretty much anything I can find to keep myself busy. I
was going to say you bought a house recently, so it's probably getting a lot of good work now.
Yeah, it's actually kind of I'd rather be at work, but it's allowing me to get a lot of stuff done here that I might not have gotten done for a while otherwise. So,
how about your bride-to-be? She's in the medical field, so I assume she's working on the front line somehow?
Yep, she's still working.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're keeping them busy.
That's good. So you can't be socially distant from your wife, though. That don't work.
No. I mean, she's not. The only good thing is, without going into too much detail, she's not in like the heat of it with what she does. So it's that's the only good thing, you know.
Good. Yeah, that's good. Be healthy, be safe. I know you were going to do a little housewarming thing that got canceled.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Everything's getting canceled. It's hard to do anything. So.
But one of the projects I believe you accomplished was putting your pits in.
Yep, I got them in. Yeah.
Where did you get some clay? You got good clay soil there? Or? Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, my friend Dexter, his brother has a stream that runs through his property, and all along the bank of the stream is nothing but clay. So
yeah.
We were able to go in there and dig out a bunch of buckets of it, and I brought them back here, and it works out good.
That's nice. I need a couple buckets of clay. I have to hit Dex up.
Yeah. It's easy to. I mean, it's pretty easy to get. You just gotta dig for it. But
yeah.
Other than that, and it's good clay. I mean, I mixed a little bit of soil in with it just to fill in the pits, but it holds good when it's wet. It's just like anywhere else. So.
Nice. That's good. So you throwing every day? What are you doing?
Not every day. They've been in for like a week now, week and a half, and I probably threw maybe 4 times, 5 times.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, I got to get better pins for them. The pins I have are a little too short, so they're constantly moving back and forth. I got to be resetting them all the time as I'm throwing, but
don't hit the pin.
Yeah.
You usually just throw ringers anyway.
Yeah, well. Yeah, once in a while.
I hear you, man. Once in a while. Well, tell me I know a little bit of your backstory quoiting wise, but where did you start shooting?
With Dexter. When I first became friends with him, I was at his house, and his dad had pits in at their house, and they threw every weekend. And up until that point, I had never even heard of the game. And I was like 12 maybe at the time. And so they introduced me to it, and Dexter taught me how to throw and stuff. And that's where I met Kurt too, as well, because Kurt is friends with the Dolak family. So I met him through them, and then I met you guys through Kurt. So it's kind of a come full circle.
Yeah, it was fun. I remember when Kurt brought you in. It's an interesting story how you ended up partnering with Shooter. Shooter had been through a couple partners that came and went. And then you guys hooked up and pretty much had success immediately. Tell us the story how you guys got hooked up.
Like I said, I had known Kurt for a while before, and I knew that he played in the tournaments and stuff. And then
that's Dirty Kurt.
Yeah, Dirty Kurt. And then he called me up one day and said, "Hey, I throw with this group of guys on Thursday nights, and the one guy there needs a partner." It was only a couple days before the Peach Festival, and I said, "Yeah, if he's looking to throw, I'll try and throw." And then Kurt was telling me about how good Jason is and throwing ringers and stuff. So I was pretty nervous going into that first tournament. I didn't want to look like a fool, but it worked out well. And then after that, we kind of just left it at that. That was going to be the one tournament. And then Jason's partner for the Worlds at Bethel backed out, and he called me the day before and asked if I'd be interested in throwing again. And at that time, I had no money or anything. Don't even know if I had my driver's license yet at that point. And so he offered to pay my way into the tournament if I would throw with him. And so I called a ride with Kurt, and pretty much ever since then, it's been pretty steady.
How'd you do at that first Bethel tournament with Shooter?
We got to the top 8.
Yeah, I was going to say he got his money back and you got a taste as well.
Yeah. Actually, we both made some money that day. I gave him his money back for my entry fee, and I had a couple bucks left over. So, I mean, of course, that was back when you had 80 teams showing up. Yeah. So there was a little bit more of a payout back then. But It was fun. That was exciting, that Worlds tournament, because everybody was getting fired up, and you know how I get. So it was definitely a cool experience, that's for sure.
It's fun. You're a quiet guy most of the time. You're pretty humble and quiet, but when you get fired up in the pitch, you turn into this other guy, where you
Yeah.
It's
a weird thing. It's not there's nothing intentional about it. It just kind of comes out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a weird,
natural.
It's a weird thing. Yeah.
Yeah. We all do it, man.
Control. Yeah, absolutely. That's what makes it so fun.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, you hit a ton of ringers too. You're a big ringer guy, and last year you guys broke through. You've been in finals and Final Fours for years, and you've won a bunch of tournaments, but hadn't gotten that point tournament yet. And then you come up against Keeb and QUI, Keeb and Scott, and no one really knew at that point what their year was going to entail. But after you beat them in that tournament, they went on a tear and won a bunch of tournaments.
Yeah. Oh, they're both probably. I mean, Keeb obviously and Scott, they're both probably top 10, 15 throwers. So they're definitely when they're on, they're very hard to beat. That's for sure.
But you were on in that final. You were just banging, bang, bang.
Yeah, that was probably one of my. Yeah, I mean, it was just worked out. That turned out to be one of the better best of threes I've had as far as ringers, and pretty much. Yeah. When they're flowing like that, I hate to do it against Keeb and them, but I just kind of figured in my head, if I'm going to lose, I'd rather lose that way than trying to play a different game. So just kept going for them, and they kept landing, and luckily they kept missing them. So it worked out pretty well.
And if I remember, Shooter went on a tear in the Final Four against somebody.
Yeah, Scott and William. Yeah, we were on the verge of. It's a miracle we even made it to the finals that day, because the 2 rounds before the finals, we were down hard in the third games of both the Final 8 and Final 4, and found a way to. Jason started us up both times, and then we both kind of got hot at this. Jason against Scott and William. Jason kind of went unconscious in that third game. Yeah. And just kind of took the game over. And we were able to pull it out, luckily. But
yeah, I've always said to people that you guys are almost impossible to beat if you're both on. If one of you is off a little bit, you're still really hard to beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're right. You got to go after guys like you. You got to get after them. And if you get beat with the toppers, you get beat with the toppers,
That's one nice thing about me and Jason, and what I enjoy about throwing with him, is we kind of feed off of each other a lot. When one guy starts hitting them, it kind of works out that we end up both, kind of being able to hit together. A good amount of the time. Obviously it doesn't always work out, but we're pretty good at feeding off each other and kind of knowing what the other guy wants and everything without having to talk a whole lot.
You guys don't talk at all. Almost.
Not really. I mean, not unless it's down to the end of the game and it's you need a point or something. And other than that, other than hook it, it's pretty much the main communication.
Yeah. So. I've tried to, I'm chatty. I tried to emulate you guys and not talk as much to my partner, but I'm always, if I feel like if I see something, I want to tell them. But most guys, especially guys who've been playing like yourself for a long time, Jason, you know what you're looking at and what the shot is.
honestly, for me personally, if he tells me too much, then I kind of start to overthink it a little bit. You know, I'd rather not that I don't think at all during the game, but I'd rather not stand there and have 3 or 4 different options thrown at me, you know, because then I kind of try and do a little too much. I'd rather just be able to play the game. So
Yeah, keep it simple. That's smart.
exactly. Yeah.
So outside of that big win there, you got any memorable moments from quoits that stand out?
Probably our first ever win. That's probably one of the most exciting times was at the Moten, when they had the Moten tournament. We played the Ring Lords in the finals, and that was a lot of fun that day.
Yeah, you knocked me out of that tournament, if I remember.
Yeah, I know that was the finals there. Again, that was one of those times where me and Jason were on, and I think we won it in 2 games, and we were just kind of throwing ringers back and forth to each other, and it was a fun day.
Yeah,
our first ever win together, and yeah.
Yeah, we weren't very good that day in pool play, but we got hot and knocked off a couple good teams. Right before you, we played Storm and Scott and had a 3-game set with them, and then somebody else, maybe Darryl High and somebody, I can't remember. But I remember you guys were done your game, and you were like hanging on the fence there watching us figuring it out, and then you put it to us, and you took us to the woodshed. That was a turning point for me, that game, man. I came home pissed off, and I really started putting time into my game to try and throw more ringers, because it really that was the spot for me where I realized either I gotta quit playing or get better.
Well, I think you've done pretty well with that. You were always a good thrower, but now you got that ringer shot in your back pocket.
Like you said, sometimes.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know. I definitely worry every time I put one on against you. That's for sure.
I appreciate it. Yeah, you got to cover people. It's the only way you beat them anymore.
That's the name of the game right there.
Yep.
If you can't cover, you're not gonna make it too far in the tournaments. That's for sure.
So here's a weird anomaly I know about you. At least I believe it's still true. A lot of people, with the incredible amount of ringers that you throw, a lot of people would probably say, how many quads have you landed, Kyle?
No, I haven't hit a single one.
Right. But there's the anomaly.
I know where you're going.
How many times you been hit for 12?
At least 3. I think maybe 4 times.
Yeah. You throw so many ringers, you're going to get hit. It's,
I think Dirty Kurt has hit me twice. Dan Grigas hit me once for sure.
I saw Keeb hit you on a Tuesday night at Moten.
And Keeb hit me for one, yep. So 4 times I've been hit for him. Yeah. I've had a couple chances, and I've had a couple that went on, but they didn't hang around.
That's my story too. I've put some on the target that it's hard to land the 4th quoit.
That's a lot of metal there, yeah.
Yep, and they all bounce and spit quoits all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there when your partner too. In fact, sadly, I was in the game. I saw your partner drop his first quad.
I don't think I was there that night. I remember hearing about it, but I don't think I was there that night.
Yeah, it was at the Scotty shootout.
Okay, well then yeah.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. We got him back later and knocked him out of the playoffs, but man, that was Carl. You know how Carl is. He dropped that 9 on Jason, and he was giving it to him. Take that, bitch. How Carl was. Jason just stood up and went boop, popped it on those indoor pins, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's hard. I mean, you know, eventually a lot of us, I think, are going to end up hitting them at some point if we keep throwing, with how many ringers get thrown now. It's only a matter of time until it happens, but we'll see. I've been definitely know what it feels like to get hit for a 12. So I'd like to feel what it feels like to get one. That's for sure.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Well, when you get top for 12, that means you made 2 great shots already, you know.
Yeah, it does. I'll tell you what, 12s change the game in a hurry.
Yeah.
They pretty much end it before it even gets started sometimes when you get hit by them.
Yeah, 6s, I mean, 6s and 9s change the game. 12s are like I don't know what that is. That blows the game up. You know?
Yeah, honestly, that one that Keith hit me for, that one actually only tied the game.
Yeah, I know. I thought the game was over, and then you guys were throwing again.
I know. But yeah, I think he ended up hitting me for a 12 and a 6 in that game.
Damn.
If I remember, because right after the very next round after the 12, I think I put another one on, and I think he covered it again for the 6. So that put an end to it. But
yeah, he's tough, man. He's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got your payback. We come full circle now, back to that Spring Open. You know what I mean? You got away with it there. So
yeah, definitely.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Well, you got I only have one more question. You got anything you want to say to the quating community, you know, before we get done here?
Oh, I guess just hang in there and keep practicing.
Yeah.
Like everybody else. I mean,
Yeah.
It'll hopefully start back up at some point again. I mean, I'm looking forward to it starting back up, but
me too. Maybe sooner than you think. We got an idea cooking for a social distance round robin at multiple sites.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Yep. So it may take a couple weeks to run the tournament, but
yeah,
we're gonna. All right, man. Well, I don't know if you've been you're not a Facebook guy, so you probably haven't been watching this stuff.
No.
But you're like the 16th guy, I think, 17th.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah. So I got one more question, and I'll help you if I need to. Let me see. Do I got it? There we go. So you can have any celebrity, living or dead, bring them to a quake tournament to be your partner. Who you got? And if you want, I'll read you the list because you can't take anyone that's already gone.
All right. Honestly, my favorite athlete of all time is Brian Dawkins. I'd probably pick Brian Dawkins.
I like it.
Yeah,
the Wolverine.
I'll bring Weapon X with me. Yep.
I like it. You see the kid? I love the kid from Clemson. The Eagles drafted.
The linebacker. Yeah.
No.
Safety.
Yeah.
Safety. Yeah. Yep.
And that's his mentor. Doc's his mentor.
Yeah. Well, Doc went to Clemson too, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Good bloodline.
Yeah. That draft, in my opinion, didn't have too many bright spots, but I like him.
I actually like the kid. I like the receiver. I like the one that Minnesota picked too. But you watch that kid's highlight reel. He goes and gets the ball with his hands out. He doesn't let the ball come to him.
Yeah. I mean, and he's fast from everything I've heard. So that's what they needed.
Yep.
I would have rather seen them get in front of the Cowboys to screw them over and take that other receiver. But
I know they're going to get a lot of press
to hurt the Cowboys.
It's classic Cowboys. They're flashy, but when it comes down to it, I think the Eagles are actually going to have a better receiver core.
Yeah, I think so too.
And the Cowboys didn't fix their defense. But who knows if we'll even get to watch football ever again.
Yeah. I know me and Autumn are starting to get a little bit concerned about our wedding in October.
Yeah, I thought about asking you about that. And so since you brought it up, I'll talk to you about it.
Just got to ride it out, I guess, to see. I mean, that's,
you got time yet.
5.5 months from now, so we'll just have to see how it. I mean, hopefully for everybody's sake, it's kind of dwindling by then. But I mean, if it's still around then like it is now, then there's going to be bigger issues to worry about than the wedding. So
yeah, and it may be that we're back to some sort of normal, but that we're not allowed to have big crowds.
Right. So it's kind of one of those things that we're just going to have to keep an eye on it and play it by ear and just see what happens without jumping the gun too early, or, you know what I mean? It's going to be kind of one of those things that we probably won't know until closer to that time.
Yeah.
See how things are going. But
yeah, and if you have to reschedule, you could look ahead and not put it on the same day as a quoit tournament.
Yeah, you got to talk to Autumn about that.
I got like 3 different texts from people right around the time your invitations went out and all that, or whatever, when the date was announced. I don't know. They're like, yo, man, isn't that the Apple Fest? What the hell's going on? I'm like, hey, man, I'm not in charge of Kyle's life. Call Kyle.
Kyle's not in charge of Kyle's life.
Yeah. Welcome to the club.
She liked that date, and it's easy to remember, so we went with it,
Yeah.
It's
I know if it was a point tournament, you'd have steered her off that date, I'm sure.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't too late into hunting season was my main concern. That's kind of in the beginning of hunting season, so that's all right. Yeah, but anything too much later than that, and we would have had to discuss it a little bit more. But you plan on just one more? Are you planning on getting out golfing at all since they're opening the courses back up?
Yeah, probably will. Since they're going to allow the social distancing and stuff. I got to get my clubs out. I haven't really thought too much about it. Did they put rules on yet?
I haven't heard anything yet. I'm guessing it's probably going to be walking only and stuff, stuff like that. But we'll see. I know I've been itching to play, so even if I have to get out and walk 9 holes, I'll probably try and get out.
I could do that, man. I don't mind the walking. I don't want to carry, but I'll get a little pull. I have a hand cart, old man hand cart.
That's what I said to Autumn. I don't mind walking either, but I definitely want to use a cart, pull cart. I don't want to carry my bag the whole time.
Yeah, because you put a 6-pack in that bag, it gets heavy, and then the beer bounces around. It's no good.
Right.
Well, let's do it, man. Let's set up a time, and we'll get out and we'll find a course somewhere. I'll go somewhere in between me and you, and we'll go.
Yeah, sounds like a plan to me.
All right, man. Hit me up. I'll break my clubs out this weekend and clean them up.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to take off. I'm going to go throw some quoits myself right now. I need to get better so when I run into you, I can kick your ass.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I miss you, my friend. I do.
Yeah, I do. I know. I'm ready to get back and seeing everybody and get back to having some fun.
I posted a video of you today, an old video we did on Facebook Live for USQA on Facebook. I freshened it up. It was like you and Dirty against Shooter and somebody. I don't know.
I know. I saw you show the bracket there. I wasn't too happy about that. You could have edited that part out.
Oh, did I? I didn't even watch it. I just saw what it was and I put it up. What bracket?
Yeah, it's one of the nights where I only had 1 win. I was like 1-5, and everybody else had all these wins. And I'm like, I said to Autumn, like, Tim could have edited that part
out. Hey, man, I wasn't playing. It was the money round. I was sitting on my head.
Yeah.
But, oh, man. I can't wait to get back to it, brother.
I know. I hear you. Soon, hopefully soon.
Yeah, man. All right.
But anyway, all right. Well,
peace and love. Yeah. Give your wife a kiss for me.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man. Take care. We're out.
See ya.
See you, buddy.